Today in the Detail Garage, we're working on a 2014 Z28 Camaro. Now, if you don't know about this car, go ahead and Google about it because this thing is freaking wicked. It has 305 race tires all around, ceramic brakes on all four corners, and this thing is built to race with a dry sump 7-liter LSX motor. Now, what we're going to do today is we're going to show the owner how to remove water spots off the side of his car. Now, this car has been driven around. You can tell it's dirty, it's been on the road, and that means the owner likes to drive it and enjoy it. But one thing about enjoying the car is you've got to keep it clean, and oftentimes with a black car, that's a full-time job. Now out here in California, there's real hard water, and for some reason the water has minerals in it that instantly stain the paint. Now this car had a coating put on the car from the dealership, but the coating is a very weak type of coating, and it allowed for water spots to penetrate the paint. Now I'm going to show the owner how to remove type 2 water spots, and we're going to do this easily using Chemical Guy's VSS Scratch and Swirl Remover. So first of all, Camaro paint is very, very hard. The paint from GM usually resists a lot of damage, but if you get hit with sprinklers and it bakes in the sun, it's going to leave what's called type 2 water spots. Now type 1 water spot can be removed with detail spray or clay bar or sometimes just a wash. Type 2 water spot has actually started to etch through the paint and it has to be removed with either color sanding or polishing. Now I'm going to go ahead and polish it out. I'm going to be using the Torque 10FX dual action polisher, and this is going to show you how the water spots can be removed. And it's going to take a long time to remove all the water spots from the entire vehicle, but if you know how to remove one spot, you're going to be able to do the whole job quickly and easily over a weekend. So let's start assessing the water spots step by step. First, I'm going to wash the area. Now I'm not going to wash the whole vehicle. I'm just going to use EcoSmart to wash the area that I'm going to be working in. Now I'm going to take a microfiber towel after I sprayed the EcoSmart, and I'm gently just going to wipe away. And I've already done a test on the other side to see if this would pull off the water spots, but it didn't. So that's how I already know I'm going to have to buff and polish. Okay, so I've cleaned the area I'm going to be working on just for this test. And you'll notice, as you can see on camera, hopefully our camera guy Matt can pick this up, that there is heavy water spots. And this has already started to etch through the paint. Now, a lot of people say that clay bar can remove this. And I'm always one to give this a try before we start. So now we're going to use the clay bar to try and remove the water spots. Now, I don't think this will remove the water spots. Sometimes it does. It's always worth giving it a shot. And I'm going to be using some EcoSmart as a lubricant. You can use clay luber too, but we're only doing a small spot here just to test out the product. So we're just going to go ahead and use the EcoSmart as a lubricant. So I got it sprayed. Let's take our clay bar and we're going to go ahead and gently clay the surface. Now the cool thing about EcoSmart is you could use it as a waterless wash, you could use it as a clay lubricant, you could use it as a wheel cleaner, you can also use it to quick detail spray the car if you're at a car show real quickly. It's a very versatile product. Now honestly, I like working on cars like this that have been driven more than like a show queen car because you know that the owner likes to drive it, likes to get out there, likes to get used. And sometimes in the detail garage, we have to get cars that are show cars or they've spent a lot of time in the garage, but you can tell the owner bought this to drive it real hard. So we've used the clay bar, and the clay bar didn't remove the water spots. We still have the water spots there. So now let's move on to polishing. That's what we knew we were going to come here to do. So I already have my Torque 10FX dual action polisher set up with a Torque 3-inch backing plate, and that's going to allow me to run a 4-inch pad. So this is going to give me my polishing power. Now I'm going to try and one-step this before I compound it. Oftentimes on a newer car like this, since it doesn't have heavy swirl marks, it's not heavily oxidized, it's not damaged, we're going to go with the one-step to see if that achieves the results we want. So I got a couple dots of my polish on here, and I'm going to use water as a lubricant. And now I'm going to go ahead and gently polish it. Now this is a really hard area to polish. It's the hardest spot hit by water spots. And you have to be very careful because of this like convex area between the lower sill and the side skirt. If you don't be careful here, you can cause the machine to rub too hard on this area. So be very careful, work slow, don't work on speed setting 6. We're going to work on either speed setting 4 or 5 to try and pull it off. So let's spread out the polish along the area. I'm going to spread it on 1, and then I'm going to bump it up to about 3, 4, or 5. Okay, so I've worked it for a minute. Now I wanted to tell you something that I'm experiencing while polishing this, is that this car has been driven a lot, and you could tell it's been driven on all different types of roads, because as I polish, little stones are coming out of the fender well. Now be very careful when you're doing a car like this, like a track car or performance car that might have been driven on different types of roads, because if one little rock comes off and gets in between your pad, it can cause scratches on the paint. So if you see rocks or dust coming out of different cracks or fender liners, which you might have, even if you wash, you might have this type of problem, just try to get the polisher out of the way and make sure that no rocks come in between the paint and the polisher itself. So I was trying to focus a little bit over here while more rocks were coming off onto the ground. So now I'm going to take my microfiber towel and I'm going to buff off any type of polish on there. And boom, that is a very good results. As you can see, we were able to pull off the water spots on this area like that with just an orange pad and a dual action polisher and some VSS scratch and swirl remover. But hopefully this will help you guys know how good the scratch and swirl remover works for pulling off heavy type 2 water spots. And hopefully this shows you that black paint can be restored with a one-step and it can look its best just like the Z28 Camaro. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you like us, give it a thumbs up. We make these videos just for you every week, and lately we've been putting out videos almost every day. So if you like our channel, make sure you click that subscribe button, find it, click it. Make sure you get on that list, because we put out videos every day and we give away a lot of free stuff to our viewers on our websites, and giveaways and cool offerings on our Facebook, our Instagram, and our Twitter, as well as our YouTube account. So hopefully we'll see you next time right here in the Detail Garage. Always remember to have fun, stay clean, and keep on detailing.